No honey yet, Gromit. I wonder if there's something else I need to do to prime the pump, as it were. My workers are very devoted to their queen. Ah, there's the hatch from me rocket ship. Remember that moon holiday, Gromit? That hinge is awfully loose. I'll have to see to that. Flowers, the perfect meal for a hungry hive. The remote control for my Sniffer 3000. Too bad about the teething problems. Still, this might come in handy. The magnetronic pollinator is the linchpin of the operation. My workers get their rations mechanically. No foraging in flower beds for them. Bon appetit. Oh. Not exactly a flood, is it? Flowers, Gromit. That's the weak link in our production chain. We need more flowers. Now where can I find a whole lot of flowers in a hurry? What's that? That looks like the flyer I picked up in the hall. Why would Gromit throw away an important piece of correspondence like that?
Beautiful morning, Mr. Wallace. I'm pleased to see you've emerged from your subterranean lair.
No flowers in here. Been doing a spot of gardening, have you, Miss Flit?
Working my green fingers to the bone. But the hard work appears to be paying off.
Indeed it does.
Blooms everywhere. I call it my purple paradise.
It certainly looks delicious. I mean, I imagine it would look delicious if you were an insect.
You mean if I were a bee?
Well, now you mention it.
You want to feed my flowers to your bees?
That is, if you don't mind.
How many would you like?
As many as you can spare.
Oh, you can have all you want, Mr. Wallace.
Oh, much obliged, Miss Flit.
Here, you can jolly well grow your own.
Righto.
There now, with hard work and a little luck, you should have a nice bed of flowers in 2 or 3 months.
I can't wait 2 or 3 months. I've got a deadline. This evening.
Ugh, you poor simple man. Nothing grows that quickly.
I wonder. Rex Armstrong's quick grow muscle formula. Watch them sprout in seconds. If it works on people, perhaps I could adapt it to work on flowers. 3 miracle ingredients: Grow-Team, Energize, Strongium. Well, I need a miracle, and fast. It shouldn't be too tricky to knock up a batch myself. Then we'll see who's got the grandest garden in West Wallaby Street. The hive will be humming in no time.
Caught you! Can't take an old soldier by surprise.
Morning, Major Crumb.
It is, if you don't mind enemy invasions.
I beg your pardon.
Didn't you get my message? Received intelligence of a major air assault. Expect the sirens to sound any minute. Hope you know where your nearest air raid shelter is.
I do recall something about that, but Major Crumb, are you sure you're not mistaken?
I know. I've made predictions before, but I'm not crying wolf. This time, I've got proof.
A jar?
It's what's inside the jar that counts. Incontrovertible evidence that the enemy is on the move.
Does it? I can only see a snail.
Of course it's a snail. But what's she trying to tell us? That's the important thing.
What is she trying to tell us?
Look at her, man. She's retreated into her shell in the middle of the day. And that means only one thing. It means she knows trouble is about to strike from the heavens. Law of nature, Wallace. Learned it in France during the war. Never wrong yet. Good man, Wallace. I see you at least appreciate the seriousness of the situation. Now spread the word. If people don't believe what an old soldier has to say, perhaps they'll listen to the snail.
I thought you might find this useful, Major Crumb.
A helmet! By George, Wallace, there's nothing like a good helmet. Makes a fellow want to put himself in the path of projectiles, if you know what I mean. Have you delivered the message? Have you shown them the snail?
I'm not sure the snail will convince them, Major Crumb.
If she doesn't, the air raid siren will. But by then, it may be too late. You're looking at my case, aren't you, Wallace?
Well, I suppose I was, Major.
Bet you'd like to know what's inside.
I am curious, yes.
Ha! This case is packed full of government-issue Grow-Team bars.
Grow-Team?
Rations, Wallace. Emergency rations for... emergencies, obviously. Been stockpiling them since the war. Enough nutrition in them to feed a man under fire for a whole day.
And very tasty they look, too.
Tasty? They're foul, but packed with high-strength protein.
I'd love to try one.
Out of the question, I'm afraid. You don't have clearance. And besides, Grow-Team bars are only issued in the event of civil emergencies. Orders are orders, Wallace.
You've come buzzing back, Mr. Wallace. As a bee to a blossom, eh?
I realise this may seem a trifle irregular, but Major Crumb insisted I show you this. It's...
A snail? In my garden? Have you lost your mind, Wallace?
not sure, to be honest. I wonder where Major Crumb disappeared to.
Wallace! Thank heavens you made it to the shelter! I'd given you up for lost. Caught in the crossfire, were you? What's the news from above, citizen? Chaos and destruction?
Pardon me, Major. About those protein bars of yours.
Rations, Wallace. Emergency rations for... emergencies, obviously. Been stockpiling them since the war. Enough nutrition in them to feed a man under fire for a whole day.
And very tasty they look, too.
Tasty? They're foul, but packed with high-strength protein.
I'd love to try one.
Out of the question, dude, in the event of... I hereby issue you one protein bar. Guard it well, and see that it lasts you all day. Wallace, here's one for you as well.
Much obliged. I need flowers for my machine, Major Crumb.
Not one of those wretched hippies, are you, Wallace? Ah! You've got to get your mind off the carnage up there. Would you like to hear help pass the time?
Well,
Of course you. I brought visual aids. I can still see it.
who's that fellow?
That's me as a young recruit. But I cheered up as soon as they dashed useful for going to bed. 3 weeks later, I was lying in a cot in a dingy little field hospital, submitting... Wait! Careful, Wallace. You're heading into hostile territory. The enemy has clearly landed, and most likely set up camp in West Wallaby Street. Who knows what's peaceful neighborhood? If you make it back in actions, the protein will keep your strength up, especially if you're captured. Brave lad! We'll keep the home fires burning.
It's a comfort to know we're well stocked with biscuits. It's empty. I could have sworn there was a tea bag left. Hold on a minute. Strongium. That's one of the ingredients in Rex Armstrong's Quick Grow Muscle formula. I need that tea bag.
Ready?
Dear. Fifth.
You better.
Oh. That's the racket Gromit used when he took the cup at the Brambleton Open, Canine Division. Last night's bedtime snack. Gorgonzola makes a nice change from Wensleydale. Phew, that'll put me right to sleep. This call box has been a boon for Gromit. No matter where he is in the house, he's never far from his master's voice. Oh? trap door. That's the racket. Oi, come back here, you thieving rascal. That's my tea bag.
I won't have you threatening that dear little creature. Not while he's in my garden. You're persistent in your attentions this morning, Mr. Wallace.
The mixomatic will be... Drop that tea bag, you tyke!
And you can drop your fist, Mr. Wallace. Back again, Mr. Wallace? I'm flattered. Have you noticed? I put a new roof on Mr. Nutter's house.
Mr. Nutter? I'm not on first name terms.
What about Gromit?
Oh, no, he isn't either. She's already had her breakfast.
You've come buzzing back, Mr. Wallace. As a bee to a block.
I don't think squirrels like... That squirrel nicked me tea bag.
But what if he did? Force never solved anything, Wallace. Kindness. That's what's called.
No flat.
You see, Private Gromit, I told you he'd make it back to us alive. A few of those blighters, did you?
Gromit, old chum, slip me that protein bar Major Crumb gave you.
You'll do no such thing, Private Gromit. I gave you your protein bar for the day, Wallace. I won't have you pledging another from the enlistment.
That's where the dog tags went. I'm sure Gromit will be glad to get them back.
What's the situation above? Fire there.
I found these in the hall, Major Crumb.
Dog tags! I've been recommissioned. Bound to happen, of course. Can't leave good treasures.
Sounds like you were quite a soldier, Major Crumb.
Well, Wallace, why the past tense?
Oh dear.
Once a soldier, always a soldier. Something you civilians will never grasp. And I'd be happy to prove it by charging into the fray. That is, if I had a set of dog tags and a regulation helmet. By thunder! I'm a soldier again! Sir George is ready for his track. And yet, duty compels me to remain here. No one else to guard the protein bars. Confounded sense of duty.
Gromit could do the job.
Private Gromit? Can I entrust my precious cache of... Perhaps so. He's proven himself a trusty foot soldier, and I'd feel comfortable leaving... Good heavens! I shouldn't... Private Gromit, I hereby appoint you officer commanding this air raid shelter. Here, you pass out the rations. I've got a war to win.